Welcome to the Skoda stand at the 2014 Geneva Motor Show. The big news here, which was unveiled last night at the group evening, is the Vision C concept, and who better to talk us through it than Joseph Caban, who is the designer of the car. Thank you very much indeed for joining us on here. Well, I'll let you talk us through. I mean, the front end, for a start, let's start off with the lights, because they are truly spectacular.
Of course, we are all pleased that we can show the next vision of the Škoda future. And as we did it for 3 years ago, we've been already standing here with car, which was the Vision D, and we were showing a little bit how the next future cars are looking, and we have them already around us. Therefore, it is important to show how the next language is going to be developed. You could see that in principle, all things which are on the front are kind of known and fitting well to Škoda. It's like all what you see here is kind of next evolution of design, like Octavia or Superb or the Rapid. But you can see the way how is the car cut and how is now structured, the whole architecture of the car, as well the lights, the way how they are very tiny, how they pushing together, is already showing the next possible approach in our future. Of course, this is in combination with top LED lights, but it shows already the way that the brand is getting more and more sophisticated, is getting more and more emotional. The proud grille and as well the combination where it stands like in middle point of all the front, it gives definitely the right character. What is as well kind of interesting, or what I like on the car a lot, is as well the way that the bonnet has lots of space to be shaped only for itself without being disruptive for any shotline. We went with the shotline to the side to give this aesthetic, no any other competition. And I think this kind of treatment to reduce the product to minimum, to make him feel as clean as you can. I believe this is the right thing for us, and if you're combining this with good proportions, good packaging, what is for Škoda very typical, very pragmatically, I will say, very practical.
What was the thinking behind, did you choose this specific type of car, sort of a 5-door coupe?
Yeah, we've been looking for the right product to show how the future could look like. And in tradition of brand of Škoda, we made plenty of, or we used to make plenty of coupes, and it is maybe the moment to show it on that kind of product the best, how emotional or how attractive will be the future. Here you can see that, as I already said, the car is standing somewhere between Octavia and Superb, and from its proportions, it's just trying to clearly show that it's very dynamic. Maybe a little bit more modern way, not only the engine size and the PS. We even been so provocative, we put it in 1.4 engine with 10 gear, just to show that we are not afraid of this maybe collision with some PS freaks. Of course you can imagine stronger engine, of course you can imagine to put more power in, but not many people can imagine that you can go so down with the PS, but the aerodynamic shape and the connection with the, let's say, with this power, you can enjoy it in elegant way, the future. In the year 2020, there will be even more the regulation harder, and this car already is prepared for it. We try to make it so that the whole airflow, even with this kind of like crystal-like lights, nicely get the division from the car.
There's quite an undercut there.
We have undercut. We try to be so long that we in latest point get rid of the air, but we did even like openings through the bumper to get some air going through to adjust a little bit the balance on the road. But of course, to this aesthetic, to this kind of geometry, we try to keep it as reduced, as simple as possible, in combination of few soft surfaces, only some sharp lines. And then Škoda typical C graphic lights, which need a little bit of fantasy, and then you have them. The point is
still the C sort of.
This is something what we still in some abstract way showing, because of course we are continuing with the C graphic in the future. We cannot do anything better.
Yes.
We're doing because we think it's very, very good, but we will as well have some alternatives. But what is as well interesting is, for example, all the car is connected with, we have it lots of glass areas. This, for example, handmade crystal.
Yes.
And all the details, when you look, it's just plenty of work from very talented people, which was sanding this piece by piece. And it made lots of fun. The joke is, or the reason is why actually we're putting things like this as well, to show that even when the cars are trying to be for global world, it's still important that they are coming from somewhere. And this from somewhere we are trying to show, especially on the show cars, through the, in this case through the glass, to show that the Czech is known for something, and we are trying to put it in.
Excellent. Should we have a look inside?
Yes.
So we're now inside the Vision C concept, and I have to say, I think this is actually probably even more extraordinary than the outside somehow. It's amazing. You're just telling me about all these handmade things in here, particularly the glass and the crystal, etc.
Yeah, as you can see, we had fun with this car. I mean, we're enjoying this, and for us it was very important that we are showing the roominess in way of aesthetics, which are very, very, let's say, open and friendly to the people, because we are already showing the car from outside without any exhaust, without any too powerful engine. Even inside, we are trying to keep this this kind of character, where these glass elements are only nicely showing the Czech perfection in the glass industry.
Must take hours to make.
This is more than that. This is all these pieces are made handmade. I mean, you can see even in the doors, like all these pieces are each by each. The line is cut in and is always with very sensible hand controlled. But of course, it's not about only everything about the crystal. What you see here is very horizontal oriented dashboard, with more falling down lines. But important is that all things what you have it always in aspected area. You know, the steering wheel, all the elements are in a reachable area, ergonomically very well prepared. And you have here crystal clear, let's say, displays even in the front of the driver, which could change in many kind of modes, and this all make the car a little bit already showing the very near future. In aesthetic, you feel something special. The stitching, you know, is a little bit of green color, just to almost like in the suit, you know, just to have the bit more connection to the green color.
It's the Skoda brand color, isn't it?
And I think this green color of Skoda it's fitting beautifully to the car.
Yes. The seats are very sporty as well.
They are sporty, but we try to make them lightweight and very slim, that even in the back the passengers has plenty of space.
Yes.
I think it's important to always, in the first step, to understand, because it's Škoda, it have to. People are expecting it is as well very roomy, it's very practical.
The Superb is one of the roomiest cars you could buy.
But
basically.
imagine you are one of the guys who likes the, let's say, dynamic sporty cars. If you buy it, it should not be could be, but it doesn't need to be necessarily the reason why you cannot take your sports stuff or whatever with you. In this car, you don't necessarily need to make the compromises.
We should say, in terms, as we're talking about sports cars, you obviously designed. Well, do you want to tell the people what you designed and just say? We were
I think it's better if you say, but yeah. I mean, I used to work for a few companies. One of them was as well the Bugatti, and yeah, I had it. I have to say, I've been working with great people on great project, and.
Is there anything you look back at that car and you think, I'm really pleased we did that?
That was great experience. I'm pleased that we did a car what I believe is real Bugatti. And it was fantastic people, fantastic technologies, fantastic passion, and enormous history.
The lines, because I mean it's a very clean car to look at compared to...
It's very clean. What was from the beginning very important, it should not look like other sports cars. Stressed and mainstream. This was not the task. Not many spoilers, not many gimmicks. If you are rich, you don't need to shout everywhere around that you are rich. You just behave so. And if you behave so, people will respect it. And I think this is the more cool way as the other way around.
Absolutely. Joseph, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you as well. All the best, guys.
One of the things I've just noticed as we've been doing the cutaway shots is this down here. It's got fingerprint recognition, so I can put my thumb on there and it would go to my personal settings of the seat, which is quite cool. If you want to know any more about the Vision C, then go to evo.co.uk, where you can see the full article with all the details about the engine and all that sort of thing. One other thing I thought I'd just show you on the Skoda stand is this, which is the Octavia Scout. I've always been quite a fan of sort of the Audi all-road vibe, and this is exactly that really. So you've got unpainted bumpers, it's 33mm higher in ride height, and you've got sort of protected undersides for both front and rear. And yeah, you can get 2 diesels, petrol. It's quite a rugged sort of thing. It's got a Hal X5 clutch for the 4-wheel drive, and I really quite like it. So that's it for the Skoda stand. Remember to subscribe. Obviously, if there's anything else, if I haven't touched on something on the Skoda stand that you've seen elsewhere, leave in the comments box below. And of course, remember to keep subscribing so that you keep up to date with all the other videos that we're going to be doing over the next 2 days.